Hello, welcome back to the channel where I have been asked several times about my thoughts on the new 564xp that is coming out at some point from Husqvarna. And I have stayed pretty quiet on this subject. So this is it, the full spiel. I'm going to try and interweave some good footage here for you so that you can actually have something to look at other than just me sitting here talking. Thank you for all the channels out there that supplied footage for me. I will actually endorse you in the comments and hope that you don't have a problem with copyright issues. To find anything official from Husqvarna, you have to go to one of their European websites. In this case, I went to a German, the Deutschland website for Husqvarna, and just had it translated to English. Moving on, what do we know? We know that the 562 is 59.8 cc's. The new 564 is 62.4 cc's. So we got some more displacement in some manner. We know that the 562 has 4.7 horsepower, and the new 564 is at 5.4 horsepower. That's a big jump. The weight of the 562 XP, and all of these that I'm saying 562, that's Mark II. We're at 13.4 pounds, 12.8 pounds for the 564 XP, which is nice. That's right there at the same weight as the new steel MS400, the new one, which that's very lightweight saw. So everything is looking good. All boxes are being checked off. Prices. The only thing that's available right now for me that I can see is the German prices. The German prices are going to be a lot more expensive than United States prices. Why? I don't know. Ask Australia. Australia seems to have the most expensive chainsaw prices on the planet. But it is what it is. I can't explain it. For the old 562, we're at 1,499 euros. The new 564, 1,639 euros. Let's convert that to US dollars. That's $1,720 for the 562. Holy shit, that's like $800 more than what you can buy it for in the States. Holy shit, right? The 564, $1,881. Holy shit. We might be able to assume that whenever the 564 comes to the United States, it will cost about $160 more than the 562 Mark II, which retails on the Husqvarna website as of today, $909.99. So you add $160 to that, we might be able to speculate that, we definitely can speculate that the 564 XP is going to be about $1,070 in the United States. Maybe $1,100, maybe $1,000, $1,050, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, which would put it right in line with what I would hope for, honestly, for a new fuel injected technology here in the States, 60cc chainsaw. It seems like a decent price. All right, so what I can tell you about the saw that you may not have heard yet. Number one, I think, in my opinion, big letdown, but I expected it, is that we still have an external clutch. And Husqvarna is still saying that it is because it gives better balance to the saw. Perhaps it does, but honestly, I've never picked up a Husqvarna saw with an external clutch and ran it against a steel saw with an internal clutch and thought, well, man, this Husqvarna is just way better balanced because of that external clutch. No, I've never done that. I think that's just their marketing ploy. They like to do it. They like to use the external clutch. Maybe it's a way for them to save weight. I don't know. Maybe it's a way for them to save dollars. I don't know. I just look at it and go, Man, I wish it had an internal clutch. But you know what? I sure as hell bitch about the stupid fuel and oil caps on the steel chainsaws. They're terrible. Why come up with a better design, Steel? Well, at the same time, I'm going to bitch and complain about the external clutch on a Husqvarna chainsaw. Uh, it's proven we know the better design. It's out there, Husky, but use it. I mean, you've used it in all of your larger saws. You use it. The 70cc plus, they're always going to have an internal clutch unless you start going way back to the 272. But it's like, yeah, get with it. Internal clutch on your pro saws. Geez, come on. Heck, on all the saws, on all of them. That is one big kudos that I got to give to Steel. They have internal clutches, and internal clutches are just freaking nicer. But I guess the big elephant here is why Husqvarna has waited so long to come up with a fuel injected chainsaw. You know, all I can really do is speculate. A lot of people don't really understand the dynamic of the Husqvarna company. For one, their fingers are in everything, bro. They make so many more products than steel. Some may view as a good thing, some may view as a negative thing. Their company has a broad range of products, always has. And so some people might think or speculate that because of this, they have less laser accuracy on one product line and they might fall behind, right? I personally, from what I have seen, is Husqvarna uses their knowledge and experience with a very diverse portfolio of products to bring you the best products in each category. That's the way I see it. A prime example of this is going to be Husqvarna through their partnerships with KTM has had access to fuel injection technology since 2017 at a minimum. Okay. I'm certain that they knew all about this years before that during the product development. KTM had been trying to develop a two-stroke dirt bike that was fuel injected since I think 2007, right? And so Husqvarna, the Husqvarna dirt bikes, Husqvarna motorcycles, for years and decades, have just been rebranded KTM's, and now they make different changes. Like the Husqvarna motorcycles are typically a little bit better than the KTM's. They have a little bit better suspension. They have a little bit different timing advance, things like that, you know, little stuff. And so Husqvarna has had access to two-stroke injection technology for years and years and years. So why did they wait so long to incorporate it into chainsaws? Well, probably because they wanted to make sure and do it the very best way. I personally can't help but think that Steel jumped the gun because the 500i isn't very impressive. All right. Why is the 500i not very impressive to me? Is it not powerful? No, it's powerful. Yeah, it's powerful. Is it not lightweight? No, it's lightweight. Yeah, it's lightweight. You know, um, is it not reliable? No, it seems to be pretty reliable. So, what is not impressive about the 500i to me? Right? The 500i is not impressive because it is the most technologically advanced chainsaw on the planet, and it is the least fuel efficient. It is a freaking gas hog. The one thing that you have to gain through fuel injection is fuel efficiency. And Steel fucking screwed the pooch on that. That is the biggest gas hog of a saw that there is. Can we get 500i power without fuel injection? Absolutely. They're not getting any extra power because it's fuel injected. Fuel injected for Steel seems to have been nothing but a bragging point. You know, it if your chainsaw is not fuel efficient, then why the hell did you add fuel efficiency technology? It's just absurd. It's downright moronic. The only thing that the fuel injection on that 500i is doing is bringing the company more money because people think, well, it's great. No, it's fuel injected. I see literally no benefit. As a matter of fact, you are going backwards. Fuel injection, the whole purpose of fuel injection is not power, it is efficiency. There is no other reason for fuel injection than to provide the most efficient operation. You're trying to not waste fuel. That brings us up to speed with why I think that the 564xp has been so long in development. My guess is that Husqvarna is going to knock it out of the park with fuel consumption. They're trying to make the most fuel efficient chainsaw. That's my guess. You know what's really going to suck? Is if it comes out and it's a gas hog. If it's a gas hog like the 500i, then we need to scrap this technology. Scrap it completely, because the only reason for fuel injection is efficiency. And if Husqvarna can't figure that out, then they shouldn't come out with anything. So last point to cover is, am I going to get one of these saws the way that I got the Stihl MS400, the new one? Probably not. That price of, what is it? Probably looking at $1,881. So there's probably going to be taxed. A minimum of $1,900 US dollars for a 60cc chainsaw. No, I won't pay that. Even if it is to be the first person in the United States to test one. Because not only is it $1,900, it's also, you got to pay that person who's actually doing it for you, that's actually getting it. They usually get some sort of commission, right? And then there's the shipping fees too. So at a minimum, it's another $200 on top of the $1,900 retail price that it costs from Husqvarna. And $2,100? No. I mean, I will wait till it gets to the United States, unless the price goes down dramatically, which I highly doubt, or maybe it becomes available in a country that it's not that expensive and I can get it. Whatever. I'll probably be waiting just like everyone else for them to come to the United States. That way I can get a decent price on them. Because in the United States, if they're more than $1,100, they just won't sell. I don't think. I don't think they will. But to get them ahead of time, probably not going to be able to do that, guys. So yeah, am I excited about it? Honestly, not really. The auto tune and M-tronic saws have already proven themselves, and they're extremely efficient. That's what the fuel injection is for. If they could find out a way to actually get more power because of fuel injection, okay, sure, great. Yeah, but I don't think the fuel injection is what's giving them more power.